Hey friends, it's Mike here at Guitar Tricks, back with a video, this time on unison bending. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe to the channel and ring that notification bell. And while you're at it, hit that like button. It would really help out. Now, back to the lesson. And essentially what unison bending is that we are bending a note on one string, but adding in the note we're bending to by fretting down on that note on another string. Combining the sound of those two can come up with some pretty cool, expressive type of approaches for improvisation, coming up with leads, or even riffs. For example, I'm going to start out by bending from a D to E note on the 7th fret of the G string. That's a full step bend. And I'm going to realize that 2 frets down on the 5th fret of the B string, I've got an E note there. And if I fret that while I'm bending up on the G string, gives a pretty cool sound. Okay, you can experiment with how fast or slow you use this approach. If you go really slow, it gives that tension, kind of crunchy sound as it's moving through those 2 notes against each other and then coming into tune. It can be really effective for building some tension in, say, a solo. Okay, but you want to work ultimately to getting that note in tune. So that's where that crunchiness between the 2 notes stops and they come into line around the same frequency. Right around the same pitch, right? So that's what we want to aim for. Kind of thing you can do for it fast. Can be very expressive, almost like a vocal-like quality. Again, using that in your solos or improvisations. Now, the common way to use unison bends, most of the time it's going to be a full step bend. And also most of the time it's going to happen on the G and B strings or the top 2 strings. Now, the look of the top 2 strings is a little bit different because of the way we tune the guitar in standard tuning. So for example, if I want to bend up this G note, 8th fret of the B string, up to an A note, I've got to come down 3 frets to get that A note on the top string. That's going to be at the 5th fret. So this unison bend shape is going to look like this. Okay? Now we can also use our ring finger for strength. You can use your pinky. Okay? So 9 times out of 10 when you're using unison bending, it's a full step bend and it's either on the G and B strings or the top 2 strings. But of course, that's not the 100% rule, and you can experiment with using different string sets and even experiment with the stretches of going from a half step bend. Now, another thing you want to think about when you're employing this technique is how to play melodies with it. And to do that, the best way to think of it is to figure out where the scale notes are on a single string. So for example, if I want to use that unison bend shape, bending on the B string and also fretting a note on the high string, if I'm in A minor pentatonic, I want to know where the A minor pentatonic notes are on my index finger on that top string. Okay, so I've got an A here. If I go down 2 frets, I've got a G. Okay, so that's in the scale. Now if I go up the string, I'm going to have it on the 8th, 10th, 12th, 15th, and then 17th fret for the high A octave. So all these notes are fair game for improvising and coming up with little melodies or riffs. Okay? All right, so it can be any scale. It doesn't have to just be a pentatonic scale. You can use a major scale, minor scale, whatever mode, whatever scale you'd like. Figure out where those notes are across either the high string or the B string, and then add on that bend on the lower string. What other tips would you like to see here on this channel? Please leave a comment and let me know. And be sure to check out guitartricks.com for more in-depth, step-by-step lessons. I hope this has opened up some ideas for you, and we'll see you on the next one.